for his contribution towards interfaith and education.
My name is Dr. Chris Hewer, and I work in the field of educating ordinary adult people to understand about Islam and to work more closely in Christian-Muslim relations. The first reason that I'm engaged in this work is that I am a believer, and on the day of judgment I will have to give an account to God for the way in which I have spent my life. So when God says to me, "I sent amongst you in Britain another faithful community," what made you so arrogant as a Christian that you thought that I couldn't speak to you through them? My journey into this field began, as many things do for people of faith, with an accident as it appeared. In the early 80s, I was assigned in the city of Birmingham to a secondary school to be a specialist teacher of religious education. It didn't take me long to realize that I knew nothing about Islam. And so I went away to study part-time while still being a full-time teacher, and did a master's degree in Islamic studies, and that was how I began in 1986. People have a profound misunderstanding about the person of the Prophet. As we see, there are quite often scurrilous attacks upon the person of the Prophet through various forms of media. People therefore need to understand the role that Muhammad plays, not just in the life of Islam and in the history of the world, but in the faith and spiritual development of every individual Muslim. But Islam is about a way of life, a faith commitment in response to God. Therefore, one has to come to know and to love that which one studies. I want to seek in Islam the voice of God speaking to humanity, and that includes me. So the Quran is guidance for me, the Prophet is example for me. The life of Muslims should be a lived witness of that guidance for me, and I need to expose other people to that if I am to be an authentic teacher about Islam.
Dr. Chris Hewer.
It's your food that's going cold. Friends, thank you very much for honouring me this evening. It is, of course, an honour for me to celebrate 3 years of Ahlulbayt TV, and it's also a pleasure, therefore, to know that I'm only 3 years old, because I think that I have been around on the channel since the first year. I just want to say one word to you which has not been sufficiently underlined this evening, and that is the way in which Ahlulbayt TV and other things in which we're involved has a hugely important role to play in taking the message and understanding of Islam to non-Muslim people. It is not just that you are talking within the community, but we have a huge responsibility to help people to understand what Islam is about in wider society. And so I thank you very much for honouring me, and I dedicate it in that purpose to help people to understand better about Islam. Thank you.